Hello, 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 everybody. Great to see you today and go through scripture together with you. Our reading for today was in Luke chapter 12 and chapter 13. Sometimes people ask me for investment advice. At times, I usually decline, unless we're talking about investment advice in the most important area, and that's treasure in heaven. Interesting that Jesus told his disciples to pray for daily bread, but lay up treasure in heaven. Jesus wants us to live in that way so that when we leave this earth, we're not leaving our treasure behind. We're going to our treasure in heaven. And he did it in the story that we have in Luke chapter 12 by considering three questions I'll bring before you. First of all, there was what I would call the brother's question in verses 13 to 15. One of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother, that he divide the inheritance with me. And he, Jesus, said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or divider over you? And he said unto them, the whole crowd here, Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things he possesseth. The you is plural. I think it includes all those who were there, and also both brothers. It seems like they both had a temporal values problem. But he warns them, beware of covetousness. That's just a desire for more than you have. It's sneaky. Watch out for it. And basically, the brother's question was just, how can I get what's rightfully mine? Are you looking for things to solve your problems? I've had people say that. I don't have one problem that couldn't be solved with more money. A person that says that is sadly mistaken. Uh, Somebody might say, I'm not trying to raise my standard of living. I just like to be able to afford to live the way I do now. But beware of covetousness. Well, secondly, there's the farmer's question in verses 16 to 19. He spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do, because I have no room to bestow my fruits? And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. So the rich man in this story was a farmer. He was not a crooked lawyer or an inside trader. It may have been a true story. It's certainly true to life, but people would probably agree. Well, if this guy got rich by farming, he earned his money, hard work, and now he's ready for retirement. So this farmer had achieved, what most people from the crowd wanted. I'm sure he had some good qualities. He was probably honest, hardworking, a good saver, a wise decision maker, successful. He may have even been a believer. I'll tell you why. I think that in a minute. But his question was, where should I invest all this wealth for the maximum benefit to me? For many people today, the farmer's question makes perfect sense. What's the point of working hard and saving and investing if not to make ourselves comfortable in the future? Oh, but there's a third question. Is God's question in verses 20 and 21. Verse 20, God said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. And then whose shall these things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward God. God called this man a fool. Used the term means you're out of your mind. You're not thinking about what you're doing. It's not an insult or an attempt to make him less than he was, my friends. If God says you're a fool, you are a fool. In fact, 5 minutes after he died, this farmer would be the first one to tell you he had been a fool. And that's why I think he may have been a believer. If he was not, his attitude would make perfect sense. But was God waiting until he achieved his goal and just to laugh and pull the plug on this farmer? No, I think he had that day already set. He had an appointment with the Lord, and that day was here. And Jesus said, Be rich toward God. That's the Lord's point. You have a choice. You can accumulate wealth for someone else to enjoy, or send it on ahead. Be rich toward God. Well, meditate on that today, my friends, and Stay with us. Keep reading. Tomorrow reading is in Luke chapter 14, 15, and 16. And so be reading there, and I'll look forward to being back with you again really soon. Have a great day, friends.